Shalom, Call La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom to Yakim in the faith and truth and sincerity doing the work. This title, and I hope today's lesson is edifying and straight to the point. I pray that it is. And the title of today's lesson is going to be pretty much something around having the zeal and doing it this favor, because we're going to open up with you see, I had a line of scriptures lined up, but we're going to open up with the book of Romans, chapter 10, because our people think just because we're in the age of cameras and publicity and platforms that you're supposed to run your mouth just because, this is in a society where everyone has a platform. Everyone could just run their mouth and just say however they want to, with no consequence. But guess what? That's heathen-like, that's out of order. And the Lord ain't dealing with that. So we're going to read this. Romans chapter 10, verse 2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. So you may have, an inkling, of spirituality with the Most High God, which is a fact. All Yahshua has that God-like in them. Of course, 2/3 of our people have demons on them and things like that. But a lot of our people, they're very well known of the fact that there's a higher power, and there's no way that we're so great, even under the circumstances that we're under, we still able to look like the best, and just pretty much we do everything we touch glitters, man. Everything the Israelites touch turn into gold. But just because you have a spirituality aspect to yourself don't mean you could just run out and go teach, man. You got to eat the whole roll like it says, and we're gonna get that. So yeah, that's what we're getting at here, because a lot of pastors don't think they're doing wrong, but they're doing a lot of wrong, man. You're doing a lot of malice, man. You got a lot of blood on your hands, and that's not a game. The truth, the Bible ain't for everybody, man. Yes, it's the number one selling book, but it's only for the Israelites, really for the elect. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1, and it says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest, eat this roll, go speak unto the house of Israel. So in other words, go preach. When do you go preach? After you eat the roll. So first you have to eat this whole roll, the bitter parts, the sweet parts, man. You can't be out here just preaching prosperity gospels. You can't just puzzle this thing up, just handpick things. You gotta preach the whole word, man. You gotta study to show thyself approved and be ready to give an answer, an answer of 100% truth through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So I opened my mouth and he caused me to eat that roll. He said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat. I fill thy bowels with this roll. I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as for sweetness. It was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. Because this truth is sweet. Once you find out who you are, and pretty much how the world works, surrounding, the Most High, arranging it, and conducting it. Calm. And then, you also have a lot of people that like to approach the men of the Lord on the highways and byways however they want to. But you have to be in order, man. You can't just do what you want, man. That's not how it works. If you want to do what you want, the Lord's going to do what he wants with you, which is drop, his judgments on you. The plagues, the pestilences that are written therein to come. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of the Most High. Who's the house of the Most High? The body of the Most High. Where two or more is gathered among, my spirit is among them, roughly paraphrasing. And be more ready to hear than to give sacrifice of fools. So hear the word. You shouldn't be over speaking the Bible, because usually men of the Lord, they're not speaking words of their own mouth. They're speaking through the Spirit and, via the scriptures. For they consider not they do evil. So when you go up and you out of order, you drunk, or you cutting people off and you don't want to listen before you speak, you giving the sacrifice of fools, man. The Lord said, keep that foot in the house. Keep that foot when I goes to the house of the Most High. Put your foot in your mouth and shut up. Because all that running and running your mouth, you trying to show how you know stuff, but that doesn't benefit you. The scriptures is with the man of the Lord. I will do nothing but reveal my secrets unto the servants and the prophets. Book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. A lot of our pastors are 501c3 owners or partnerships, and they know very well, the scriptures. They know the truth, and they know a lot of reality. But what do they preach unto the church and to the nation? Prosperity, BS, and comedy. Really, when you think about it, man, like the Apostle Tahar says, man, the black church is a theater. It's a joke. It's a circus. People don't got the Holy Spirit in there, man. They out there faking it. Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 7, how shall I pardon thee? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that there are no gods. How shall I pardon thee for this? Thy children have forsaken me and sworn by them that there are no gods. When I had fed them to the full, they have committed adultery and assembled themselves by troops in the harlot houses. So look at all the Lord has done for us, but yet, Salakia. Let me make sure this is the correct context. This is not what the scripture I was looking for. But what I wanted to hit on is pretty much these harlot houses, man. These pastors are stripping our people of the spirit, man. They're stripping. They make our people worse than they are, man. Our people wake up every day, with the, let's get this. Book of Job, chapter 33, the Lord wakes us up daily through his grace, and he gives us bear with me. The book of Job, chapter 33, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men and slumbering of the bed, then he opened up the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. So our people wake up daily, already with whatever the Lord has gave them, set for them. And guess what, man? When they go into those churches and those church houses and listen to what the pastor is preaching, man, and getting robbed of their money and their spirit, that's a disfavor, man. That's a disservice, man. That's them, stripping the bones, the dry bones. You making it worse. The Lord told us in Ezekiel 37 for us to pretty much wake up those telling us about how the dry bones are waking up, and that's what it is now. At one point I wasn't aware of what I'm speaking of now, but now I'm living through these scriptures, with that breath of life. Book of Ezekiel chapter 37 verse 4, then he said to me, prophesy to these bones, say to them, dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. What is the word of the Lord? These scriptures. This what the sovereign Lord said to these bones, I will make... Oh, okay. This is not the KJV. Salakia. This should do it. Again, he said to me, prophesy to these bones and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord Yahweh to these bones, surely I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. I will put sinews on you and bring flesh upon you, cover you with skin and put breath in you. So we were already alive in the world. This is already saying now, no, Salakia, we were already alive. We weren't dead, but now we're living via the scriptures. We were existing. We were just dry bones. But now we come out of the dust, that confusion. And you shall live, then you shall know that I am the Lord. That's right. Now we know, who's woken us up and what this is all about. We're not up for no reason. Compared to people in the world that are just claiming they're woke. What does being woke, benefit you? Yeah, it's cool to know a lot of things and conspiracy theories, but you're going to consume yourself and drown yourself in doing things above your measure that don't profit you at the end. Verse 7, so I prophesied, and I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was noise, and suddenly a rattling, and these bones came together, bone to bone. Indeed, as I look up, the sinews, flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them, and there was no breath in them. And guess what, man? The scriptures say the house of David waxed mightier, man, and that's prophecy. So this is what you're seeing, man. So these church pastors and these people that have that just like to take advantage of using the platform just because they want fame or notoriety or want to fill their ego, you're doing a lot of harm and sinning than you think you are. You know, you think you're just doing something, well, it's a joke, you know. This is not the New York Times. You can't just say what you want to say on any particular topic without completely knowing what you're saying. You know, you got to be ready to give an answer. And if you don't have an answer, it's okay to say, I'll get back to you, or just don't say nothing. Because if you add on to the words, you're going to receive the place of the book. With that, I hope this lesson was edifying. Call Lam La Yahal Bashim Yahshai. Bashim Kakadash. The bonds of Apostle GMS. Shalom to you. Akim in the faith. Shalom.